What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NBA show. To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on to another spot where we don't have a full market, and that's because LeBron and AD are day to day. Looking forward to that rap track coming out this summer. Fucking LeBron day to day, starring AD. Lakers 14-4, 10-0 on the road at the Sixers 12-6, 9-1 at home. Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We do have a FanDuel delivery here for us. They have the Sixers at +2.
Yeah, I see that.
They have the money line at +110. And the only way I see LeBron not playing is because he wanted to stay in Cleveland for a little longer and maybe spend some time with family. I don't know. But that 10-0 on the road is something that you guys talked about when it was 5-0 and 6-0. And now it's 10-0, and it looks pretty nice. And the Sixers 9-1 at home. Shit, that looks pretty nice. Let's talk about the Lake Show here. Last five, they've paced 100.1 possessions a game, 16th in the NBA. 76ers 21st in pace in the last 5 games, 99.9 possessions a game. And Lakers have won 3 straight overall, 8 of 9. This is game 4 of a 7-game road trip, coming off a 115-108 win at Cleveland on Monday night. LeBron went off. I mean, it was spectacular. 46 points, 19 and 26 shooting, 7-11 from 3, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. AD went for 17 points, 10 boards, 4 assists. They combined for 47 points per game, and they are questionable. Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder averaging 13-7 and 13.6 points, respectively, playing good ball. The Sixers had their 3-game winning streak snapped in a 119-104 loss at Detroit on Monday. Embiid missed the game due to a back injury or issue. He's not on the injury report for this game. They're 12-2 when he's in the lineup, 0-4 when he's not. He's averaging 27.7 points, 11.5 rebounds on the season. They have 6 players in double figures, and the only Sixer to start all 18 games is Danny Green, and he's not one of those guys hitting double digits. He's just at 9.1. Simmons averaging 12.8 points, 8.4 boards, 7.9 assists. Seth Curry hitting 53.7% from 3. And I want the Sixers here.
I see it. I can see that.
Sixers. I want the Sixers on the money line and then take a shot with a plus money spot. It's not available for me to bet yet, so let's hear what you guys have to say on this spot. So let's go to Dutch Boy Fresh, Lakers, Sixers.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, Jim. The Sixers been playing really good ball at home. Doc Scott playing good ball. Say what you will, Jim, about Tobias Harris, but he's been putting up some solid numbers. Ben Simmons, obviously we don't really look at him shooting, but he does everything else well. Great defender, can rebound, and obviously can distribute the basketball. But to me, where their success lies is on the big man Embiid. He's been eating. I really like Joel Embiid, but when it comes to this game, I got to look the other way, Jim. There's no way I can step away from the Lakers here. I see the Lakers going full strength against Philly. This game, I think they play Detroit on a back-to-back next, and then I don't expect AD or LeBron to play that game, and then they're going to be ready to rock and roll Saturday against Boston. So LeBron and them will get their rest. They'll probably still beat Pistons, and if they lose, they lose. But they'll be ready to rock and roll well fresh for Saturday against Boston. I'll be looking forward for that game. But in this game, I'm going to lock in the Lakers. Now, like you mentioned, numbers are great on both sides, especially when you look at Philly at home. But I'm gonna go on the Lakers, and there's numbers like I mentioned to both sides to back up either argument. But for the Lakers, they're 7-3 ATS on the road, 6-2 ATS in their last 8, and 10-0 straight up on the road, and 13-4 straight up as a favorite. Now the Sixers are 0-2 straight up as a dog this year. So I'm looking at the Lakers as a better team. I'm gonna take LeBron. I'm gonna take AD. But I do expect Joel Embiid to eat. He's been putting up numbers like I mentioned. He's averaging 27 and 11 for the season. His last 3 games, Jim, he's averaging 37 points a game. And he's also and against the Lakers, against just the other night against the Cavs, they allowed Andre Drummond to get 25 and 17. So I expect Joel Embiid to actually keep this in the game and make this a sweat for us both, Jim. But I do expect the Lakers to take away in the fourth quarter. But Joel Embiid will get his points tomorrow night.
So you want an Embiid points prop when it's available?
Yes, sir. As long as it's not over 30. As long as it's under 30. 29 and a half. It should be hopefully we can get 28, right around there. But I will take a 29 and a half. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he gets 30 plus. He now when you look in these matchups too, if I couldn't give you too many stats on these guys, because they don't ever play against each other. When the Lakers played the Sixers, either Embiid hasn't played the last 2-3 matchups, and LeBron hasn't played, or vice versa. Simmons didn't play. AD and LeBron have 8 in this when they have played, but Embiid hasn't even played the Lakers in the last 2 years.
No, this makes a ton of sense. This Embiid probably makes a ton of sense. I want to be on. I think he steps up in a big way here as well.
Well rested as well, Jim. Not to cut you off. Yeah.
No worries. It's you're right. So Lakers -2, -110 for Dutch Embiid prop when it's available. Let's hear what Wham Bam has to say here. Big game of the night, Lakers Sixers.
I love that Embiid prop, man. He's going for MVP. What makes more sense for him to go off on the Lakers, bro? Right. And that's the reason why they rest him as well. I love that Embiid prop, bro. I might be adding that later on just to let you guys know. So I like this in the first half, though. So I understand what Jim is coming from with the 76ers. The last time they even beat the Lakers at home was on, I believe, 2015. They really don't play like that much. The last time the Lakers played them at Philly, I believe it was in 2017. So it hasn't been that much that we could look for as far as historic stats. Right. Here, though, for the recent stats, the Sixers have been bad in the first half. Their last 10 games, they're 2-8 in the first half. This Lakers team in the road, like we're saying, guys, 6-3 on the road in ATS on the road in the last 9 games. And at that, as well as saying that, they're number 1 in points in the second quarter, and they're number 5 in points allowed in the second quarter. So that just alone just gives me the indication that if LeBron does play, if we do have all full guys in there, they're going to come out and try to rock in the first half. They may make it a game in the later on. I think you could get that money line, Jim. So I like the Lakers in the first half, though. I'm going to take the Lakers first half once that gets available. I like the Lakers just because, LeBron, and AD, they both went home. They got their due. They went off and showed out in front of their family. AD did the same thing in Chicago. LeBron did it in Cleveland. And Cleveland, we actually were down in the fourth quarter. LeBron outscored the whole team 21-19 in that span. So LeBron was cooking. I think LeBron will play in this game. So I'm not actually concerned about the questionable. Probable for AD. So AD is already reported probable, so he will play. So I honestly like the Lakers first half. That's what I'm looking, and we're getting a real small line. Same reason with this Bucks. I'm kind of leaning there as well. You're getting small lines on these good teams in the first half. I'm kind of leaning that direction, but I'm going to definitely take the Lakers first half once it gets available on my book. Right now, I don't have the option to get it right now.
Lakers first half is locked. Will be locked in tomorrow. We all want to run with Dutch Boy Fresh Embiid prop.
Yes.
That just makes a ton of sense to me. That just feels like a spot where we can make money and add some fun to the game.